Okay, this is Thursday's lesson, which is the fractional volume. Oh wait, this is just supposed to be fractional volume, not fractional volume with cubes. So this time we're just doing volume. So there is a video today for the volume of rectangular prisms with word problems, which will come in handy on the topic C quiz, which is essentially just going to talk about volume, primarily volume. And the other practice today is very related to yesterday's, actually. So if you didn't watch yesterday's video, you could watch the second half of that because I talk about this as well. But this is volume of multiplying the area of the base times the height. And I talked about this yesterday too, so there's another example. But so yesterday, just super quick, yesterday I showed the difference between, you can find volume by doing the volume equals the length times the width times the height, right? Or you could do the base times the height. Imagine, and kind of the way I remember it is, imagine you find the area of a piece of paper, right? But then you have, and the paper would have an area. And let's say that the area is 10. Well, then if you're finding volume, right, and you know that you have 3 pieces of paper, right, and they're all like stacked up on top of each other, and they all have 10, right, then you have 1, 2, 3, the bottom piece, or the paper, they're all the same size, right, they're all 10, but then there's 3 of them stacked on top of each other, so it would be the area times how many there are, which is 3, but this is really like the height, right? So the other way you can do it, which I explained yesterday in a problem, but this is what this one is only about, is the other way to find it volume, instead of doing length times the width times the height, is to find the area of the base and then multiply that times the height. That's the other way you could do it. This is one way. This is another way you could do it. That looks like a minus sign. It's supposed to be a times. Okay, so with these ones, they are highlighting in green what the base is, and notice how this they're calling this the base right here. So you might be thinking, what about, isn't this thing down here the base? Because it looks like it's sitting on that piece, which it does, but they're giving you a side to use as the base. So this is the base, and notice how it's shaded in green, and this is also shaded in green right over here. So this and this are the same color, and also notice that there are 2 different units, right? This one says units squared, which is an area, whereas this one says units. So this is a length, and this is actually an area. So the base is this, which is the units squared. So these really aren't super difficult to solve. I would say that they're easier than yesterday. You're looking for the base area, which is this. So the volume, we could say that the volume equals the base area, which is 21 over 2. So 21 over 2, that's the base area. And we need to multiply that. It never switches fast enough. And then we need to multiply that times the height. And the height in this case is going to be the 8/3. And we know that this is the height and this is the area because, this is squared, so that's an area, whereas this just says units. So that's a measurement of length. So the height would be 8/3. 8/3. Another way we know this is the height is because this is the base, right? So imagine if it was sitting on this side, then the height would be going up this way. You can imagine what the height would be if you imagine taking the shape and putting it so it was laying down on this green edge, or the green side. So then we can just multiply it. So 21 times, well, this is 6. Let's do the easy one first. 6. 2 times 3 is 6. 20 times 8 would be 160. So it would be 160, right? Think we got 20 times 8, and then we'd have 1 times 8 if you break it down. So 20 times 8 is 160, 1 times 8 is 8, so this is 168. And we should be able to divide this in half at least. So, because these are both even numbers, so 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 168 divided by 2 is 84. And then 84 you cannot divide by, let me think, maybe you can divide 84 by 3. Off the top of my head, I don't know that. Calculator. 28. It is divisible by that. So, so this you can actually divide by 3. So 84 divided by 3 is 28. So that simplifies to 28. So the volume would be 28 units cubed for this one. So that's how you do those. You just take it's really just, they should be just two, the area and the area of the base times the height. They might have extra numbers, so just be careful that you are making sure that you are using the base area times the height. And that's it for this one.